What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Oston back again with another simple video on web development. So in this video I'm going to be introducing you to what they call the AJAX, asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So it's going to be very simple. I'm going to start with a very simple example. We are going to be fetching some simple text, but I would like to show you what we will be creating as we go on. So right now I'm just having two categories, the text and JSON file. Then we shall later fetch data from an external API and we shall be using the JSON place order. Right now I'm starting with this because I'm going to be working offline. So the live example is here. Are you seeing this button which has fetch text? So when I click it, we are going to be displaying some simple text from somewhere. Now assume that this text is coming from an external API or from a database or any server around the globe, and we are displaying this dynamically on your page without reloading the full browser. It's like coming to this browser and reload and you display the same content. But here we are just clicking a single button and we fetch this data from somewhere. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in this simple video. So I'm going to save this and we are going to create some simple file, and I'm going to call it AJAX1.php. Sorry. Now here we are going to create some simple HTML document. Let me increase a bit. I guess now that's okay. You're just going to write fetch text. We are going to go in the next browser and we access local server AJAX, then AJAX1.php. We should have this title fetch text. As you can see, now we have it here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to introduce some simple CSS. So I want this to look good. So CSS, I just want to style it a little bit. Then materialize .mini .css. Then also link my font Oston, web icons. So this can be option. Font awesome dash all .mini .css. So these are just my custom stylings I just want to apply on my web page. Now I'm going to create some div, give it a class of container, and I'm going to press some simple button now. SPF button. I'm just going to write fetch text. So when I save, this is what you're going to be having. Let me put some H3 AJAX and write fetching text. Basically this is the styling we are having. So I'm just going to apply some simple class. I'm going to give it btn. Yeah, now these stylings are just coming from this materialize. I'm going to make it red, then put a simple icon there using the I tag. I'm going to say class fa dash list. Now yeah, this is the button is all made possible using Materialize. Then the icon is from this font awesome link you're seeing here. So basically I was just designing the interface. Now let's concentrate on how we are going to be fetching some simple data from another file. So first of all, you have to give this button an ID. So I'm going to call it btn1, short for button 1. Then below here we are going to create the div where they are going to display the text, and we are going to give it the ID of output 1. So you don't have to put anything in this div, because we are going to be dynamically fetching data from somewhere and displaying it in this div you're seeing here. So right now this is what we are having. So we are going to go ahead and create some simple text file, and I'm going to call it sample text, sample.txt, so short for text. Let's save that. Now I'm going to come back in this HTML and I create some simple fake text, rolem 50 tab. So we just cut this and paste it this side. This is what we are going to be fetching. So basically that's what we need. Now it's time to work with AJAX. I'm going to go below here where you're seeing this, and I'm going to create two script tags, opening and closing. Sorry, I was still doing something. Now what we are going to do is add some event listener on this button. So when somebody clicks this button, you're going to say document dot get element by ID. So we want this ID of btn1. Then we add the event listener. So add event listener, and the type of event we want to add on it is the click event. Then this is the function we are going to be loading when it's clicked, or executing when the button is clicked. It's going to be load text. Then below here we are going to create the function called load text. So basically this is what we are doing. We are adding some simple event on this button when the user clicks it. So let me first bring up my console here. I want to show you we are in the console. Now when I write console.log inside this function and I put a simple text, I am clicked. So let's see if the event we have added to this button works. So when I refresh and I place this button fetch text, see, we shall be having I am clicked. So that means our event has been appended to this button. That's good. So what we are going to do, we are going to create some simple variable, and we are going to call this, we're going to call this xhr. You can name it anything you want. You can name it box, you can name it tin, so long as you refer to it in the next procedures. So I prefer xhr. So we are going to create some variable here, xhr. Then we are going to assign it to xml http request. Then we call this variable we created xhr.open, and this is when we reference to the type of request you want to make. You want to make a GET request, and the next will be the URL or the uniform resource locator. So where do you want to fetch that data from? So we created some simple file here called the sample txt, and since it's going to be asynchronous, we put true. Put a semicolon there. So again we call the onload function. So onload, we want to call this anonymous function or callback function, and this is where we're going to check for the status of the request. So we are going to say if this dot status is equal to 200, sorry, so we are checking if the status is okay. 200 means okay. Then this is what we want execute. We are going to append the data from that URL to the DOM. So we say document dot get element by ID. So this is where we want to display this data. So we are going to put it in output 1, and we say that inner HTML equals this dot, let's expand this, response text. So basically this is the data we are getting from the URL we specified here. Then lastly we go outside this and we send the data. So we are going to say xhr dot send. So let's see, if we click this button, we are getting the data in the browser. So when I click it, you can see they are saying HTML requires new, oh sorry, so here we have to say new XML HTTP request. Let's refresh. When we place this button, see now we are fetching this data asynchronously from somewhere else without reloading the page, as you can see. So basically that's how you can make a request using AJAX from somewhere else. So the next step or next video, I'll be showing you how you can fetch also the JSON data from a server, an external API. So I'll see you in the next tutorial. This is what we are going to be fetching, simple JSON data. Thanks for watching.